Welcome back to PYJynJoy, Messages from the Divine. This is Charmaine, your holistic life coach, coming to you with a message for the collective. Before we get started, let's cleanse the energy of the space and see what message the Divine has for us today. So, Divine, what message do you have for the collective today? Divine, what message do you have for the collective today? Divine, what message do you have for the collective today? We'll split the deck and let's see what we get. Well, that's not quite an even split, but it is what the divine wanted. So we have Two of Pentacles. So two is about balance. It's about uh, couples, relationships. In this case, is money because it's pentacles. So balancing the pentacles, your money. And then we have the Nine of Swords. Nine is about completions, endings, and swords is mental. So you see, she's sitting in bed and just up, sleepless nights, as if things are just really getting so bad that she's just crying in the middle of the night. And that's something that's mental and it really could be self imposed. So let's see, or it could be the struggle of trying to make ends meet, make the money work right. So let's get into it. Maybe this is going to be a financial reading. So let's take a look. And we have immediate past, Five of Cups. So she's outside of the city, so she crossed the bridge closer to the water there. It always reminds me of the Hudson River in New York, and New Jersey's there, but New York, nothing against Jersey, but I'm just saying. Five is about change, and then Three Cups have spilled over, and the water has spilled out of the cups. You see, it's two different colors, so it's not like it's from the water, the river there, and but two remain, and she's contemplating what happened. But you see that even though you lose some, you still have something. You always will have something left. So whatever the change may be that you're going through, it always happens for a reason. It's like the divine giving you the kick that you need to move forward in life, to change in life. And then let's see, for your present, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Very steady on. Money is, remember before it was like balancing the money? Well, now the money is pretty steady. The horse is steady. The rider is sitting up straight. No worries. She's just contemplating the prosperity that she has. That's you in the present collective. And again, this is a collective reading, so it may or may not resonate with you. But as I'm dropping the cards, think of how it does. What's happening in your life that is reflecting in these cards? And then drop it in the comments. Let me know. And then we have in your immediate future, death, change. Talk about change. Well, it's not literal death, but it's more symbolic of, like I said, with five with changing, forcing you to transform, to rebirth. And you see that he's riding in, death is riding in on a horse. Some people are knocked out, some are begging. But the thing is that we don't always want to change. And the divine has a plan for us, but we always maybe, it reminds me also like with your evolutionary astrology, you have your south node where that's your karmic past things, your pains and hurts, or things that you've gone through that you're also more comfortable with in the past, that you had in several lifetimes that have not been completed in those lifetimes. So they carry over to this one. But in your lifetime that's current, it's your north node is where you want to go to, the what your life path is for the lifetime. It also gives you a chance to clear that karmic, I don't want to say debt, but karmic residue of the past. So in order to do that, sometimes you have to transform, and sometimes people will fight it. And that's why you have multiple times in your lifetimes that you are going through the same thing. I know I've done it too. I've gone job to job to job until I finally settled on what is best for me. And after a lot of literal death in my life, in my family, in my little fur babies, it led to a transformation to me being a holistic life coach. And that's what can happen with you, because you see back here is the sun between two pillars. Again, the balance. Remember the Two of Pentacles, balance? So it's always letting you know that even though it may be dark, you may feel grim, you may not like this change that's forced you to change, but there's still light. In the end, there's still light. So don't beg for it to not happen. It's happening for a reason. The divine has a plan for you. Just flow with it. And you have the High Priestess, which is what I feel like now is the High Priestess. That's your distant past. So this could be either, and we'll get into detail on it, but this could either be you or someone that helped you. Remember I said 2 columns? Well, these are more of towers. 2 towers, these are 2 columns. And you have that balance, but she's in front of the veil. So you, to access the divine, to get to the other side, you need to work with the high priestess. Even she's a modern high priestess with a laptop, but she is still the high priestess and can guide you in this crescent moon. So we have in the distant future the 6 of Swords, so smooth sailing. So this transformation that you have is going to, in the immediate future, is going to lead to the distant future where you're moving ahead smoothly. Remember the swords in the beginning, the 9 of Swords, where you up late crying and nightmares and such? Well, these swords are not meant for that. They're meant to, your mind is all balanced. It's fine what you're doing, what you're going through, and you don't have to worry about it. It's moving you forward. It may even be a symbol of travel, but it is positive movement forward. And at the bottom, we have the 2 of Pentacles. We also have the Magician, and the Magician is one, new beginnings. And it's all about you, as above, so below. You have all the resources that you need, in an infinite amount of resources. The infinity symbol is there to guide you and to help you. You even have the Ace of Swords. So talking about the swords, we went from the nightmare swords to the swords of improvement to the ultimate sword where you have cut through all of the clutter and you are one of the most best, beside that and the Ace of Pentacles, best cards that you can get. So let's go deeper into this high priestess. So in the distant past, divine, tell us more about this high priestess. Is it the collective, or is it someone that they needed as a guide? Who is this high priestess in the distant past? 9 of Cups. So 9 is endings. Your cups are your emotions, and she's satisfied, very content. And just like the high priestess sitting there with her legs crossed, she's sitting there with her legs crossed, and knows that everything is good, knows that it's fine. And that's where you're getting the help from the high priestess, the help to guide you into touching on the other side, to comfort you, because cups is emotions, to give you the comfort that you need in order to be content. Because remember the nightmare, the dreams that you're having, the balancing that you're going through. So you tapped in with the high priestess who was able to help you and guide you along. So let's pull one more card for the distant past, Divine. Tell us some more before we go over to the 5 of Cups. What more can you tell us? Oh, I love when this comes up. You are a badass being full of life, love, and possibilities. Through this deck, may you find a path to your best self. So we'll leave it at that, because that's the path that you're on. You're on this path of the divine spiritual path to help you to get over the emotions and stuff that's going on with you mentally, and that's where you are. So let's move on to the 5 of Cups, Divine. So that's the immediate path. So again, things, lost a few things, but you still have something remaining. Change is out there. So Divine, what does that mean for the collective? More Pentacles. Page of Pentacles now. So it's where your money, so you went from having to balance it to where you're beginning to increase your money, beginning to grow with it. You took that help that you had from the high priestess, controlled your emotions. Even though you lost something, you were gaining the knowledge that you need in order to accumulate your wealth. So let's pull another card and see. Divine, what more can you tell us about this Page of Pentacles? This is leading to you being the Knight, where it's steady on. The money is flowing nicely. So Divine, what more can you tell us about the Page of Pentacles in the immediate past? Success. Success. The Chariot. And the Chariot is number 7. I don't have my contacts. Number 7. And you can see once again the balance, the black and the white. So you got success from working with black and white with the high priestess. You even have your own wand. You're on a motorcycle that speeds fast. And remember the cityscape that's there, the cityscape that's there. It's the cityscape here. So you're charging ahead, not on a horse, but on your motorcycle to success. And that makes sense because you're leading yourself on to being the Knight of Pentacles. So what you're doing is you've gotten past that, all of that emotional and mental turmoil, cleared up with the guidance of a high priestess, and now you are beginning to accumulate your wealth. You're zooming and being successful, and it's steady flow of money now. So divine, what more can you tell us now for the present? And drop in the comments, where are you at this stage of this reading? And so far, it's really great. So tell us where you are. I mean, you triumph. So that's the other thing, the chariot. You triumphed over the past. So divine, what more can you tell us about the present with the Knight of Pentacles? Two of Cups. So you may partner with someone. So there's two columns, the two, um, the Sphinxes. Well, I think there's Sphinxes. Two of those, or Anubis. No, Sphinxes. So you have those two. So you may have someone coming by land, someone by sea, and you have the lighthouse there. So it's like a guide that will not let you hit the rocks. That's why they have the lighthouses to guide the ship so they don't crash into anything. So you, again, pointing to the guidance. And now it's saying that perhaps you will partner with someone. Perhaps that's where you're headed. Your money is flowing, you're doing well, and maybe you just need to take on a partner of some sort. So let's figure it out. Divine, what can you tell us about this Two of Cups? Because again, that's the emotions, balance. We have a lot of balance in this reading. So Divine, tell us some more about that. 10 of Cups. So this could very well be your partner. You've met someone and it's going great. Now you went from, remember, the 9 of Cups to where you were content in the distant past to where now it's overflowing. 10 is 1 plus 0 is 1, new beginnings. And again, once again, there's a city. You charged out of the city because you went to the country, or perhaps you went to Nantucket, because I think of the lighthouses in New England. So maybe you went to Nantucket or Martha's Vineyard or so. But it's a happy home life, a happy family life. The couple, the kids are playing, and it's in victory, celebration. Arms are raised. You're excited about it. A rainbow, which is also what my Josie and my Ginger, or my little, they're the JYN and JOY in PYJynJoy. Ziggy is the PY. It's the rainbows are their symbols for me because they've crossed the Rainbow Bridge. So now let's move on, because we have this transformation. So you have all of this success and things are going well, but it's leading to a transformation for you. So what, Divine, does this mean for the collective? Divine, what is in the immediate future, this death role play? Temperance. So you need to find balance. And what it's saying is perhaps don't work too hard. Don't work too hard. You need to find balance, and that is number 14. 1 plus 4, again, it's 5. 5 is change. So balance all. Just like, look at how she's balancing the money. You were balancing the money in the beginning. Now you're balancing the water between 2 cups. And that water, again, represents your emotions. But this is really about you being temperate. You're not going to overindulge in things. You're not going to do excess. Learn to balance it all so that you lead to this path of the sun. Just like the death, remember I said, leads to the sun? Well, finding balance leads you to the sun as well. So that's what it's telling you. You don't be a workaholic. And the success that you're having is great, but don't overdo it. So now, Divine, let's move on to the distant future, where obviously the balance has come, the transformation has happened, and now you have this movement forward positively. What more can you tell us about that, Divine? What is this positive movement forward? 7 of Pentacles. Positively moving forward. You're watching your seeds grow from all the money that you've accumulated. It's just now a wealth in this hot house. You see she's standing there. And 7 is also about your insight, your inner wisdom, and you're just watching it grow. You remember your insight. You worked with the high priestess in the distant past or in the distant future. All of those seeds that you did where she nurtured you and helped you and guided you are coming to fruition and allowing you to move forward with ease. So let's pull one more card and see what we get, Divine. What more can you tell us about the distant future for the collective? Divine, what more can you tell us about the distant future for the collective? The Empress. Boom. The Empress is there for you. So she is number 2. No, I'm sorry, number 3 is the Empress. Number 2 is the High Priestess. So you worked with the High Priestess. You accumulated all of this knowledge. The wealth is flowing in. You have all your resources. Remember, you have the Magician. You have all of your resources. And now you are the Empress. You're the Empress. Love is good for you. Have the Venus on the shield shaped like a heart. She's in the lap of luxury, leaning again like she's on a chaise, leaning back on multiple pillows. Her crown on her head. The Empress is the highest that you can go in that the High Priestess is the highest for the female, but Empress as far as the queens and the pages and the knights and the king, the Empress and the Emperor are at the highest. So you have come very far and have been very successful, and that is your message. That is fantastic. So let's see what crystal will enhance this for you. So divine, what crystal will enhance this message for the collective? Divine, what crystal will enhance this message for the collective? Divine, what crystal will enhance this message for the collective? And we have See the Magic, Labradorite. And I have, I don't have it out here, but Labradorite is See the Magic. And it's very magical. Remember the magician? You can't make this up. The magician, you've become the Empress magically through working with your High Priestess and knowing that you have all the resources that you need to accomplish your tasks, to grow your wealth, to have a happy family life. It's all there for you. And that's great. And I felt like saying beloved for some reason it reminds me of, beloved. But yeah, so that's it. See the magic. Know that you have, remember going from the sleepless nights to being an empress? That's pretty deep. From balancing your money to it flourishing. Yeah. And what does it all come down to? You working with a high priestess, someone who can guide you through the esoteric so that the mundane doesn't drag you down. And that's what was keeping you up at night. Now you've tapped into the other side of the veil and you have great success. So that is the message for you today. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, I'd be so thankful if you will like the video, share it. This is something that everyone should hear. And sharing it helps me also to expand my channel. I need to grow it so I can get the message out to more people. And then subscribe to PYJynJoy. Click the notification bell so you know that when I post, which I do every day. And then if you want to chat with me and have a tarot reading, numerology, astrology, any of those type of readings, just go to PYJynJoy, PYJynJoy.com and book your session. And I will see you then. Until we meet online again, love, light, and joy.